Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Once again, it is Friday night. It is 7 p.m. That can only mean one thing. It is time for our weekly 1 hour live stream, and I've got some stuff to share with you guys tonight. Joining us on the shelf this week, we have the Kid up top, and our main topic of discussion for tonight, the SS United States, the Big U. And down here, last but certainly not least, BB63 Mighty Mo. She hasn't been on the stream with us in a while, so I figured it was time to give her her dues. So let's see who all we have for this evening. We've got Mark, we've got Steve, we've got Fair Star, we've got Age Forgotten, we've got Karen. Fair Star says Titanic. Next week, Fair Star, next week. Get ready. Let's see. We got Ozzy. Ozzy. Let's see. I think I've got everybody. Ozzy's always talking about potatoes, and anytime Steve shows up, you better hide the rum. I wonder is there a connection there, or some sort of inside joke that I don't know about with you guys? Anyway, let's see. Anniversary time next week, Steve. Next week. Tonight, as you guys know, it is going to be all about, mostly about the Big U. There you. How about that? Fair Star, got to get ready for Titanic and my birthday are the same day. Wow. So it's got to be hard for anyone to forget your birthday if they are a Titaniac. Age Forgotten, I'm ready for some Titanic next week. Get ready because it's coming. It is coming. But until next week, we have some more Big U stuff, which we will be getting into. And by the way, before we get rolling with the main topic for tonight, I've got some news related to the channel and to share with you guys, and a news article as well. So we're going to get into that before we get into the SS United States stuff. So if you are watching the replay of this and you only want to watch where I talk about the boat tour to the Big U, just highlight over the timeline. You'll see the chapters. Just skip to where it says boat tour. Steve, that's leading into the channel news that I have, Steve. Big U, big time subs and views. So I've got some channel news I want to start off with you guys for this week. Oh, Mark says boat tour is the awesome. It most certainly was. It most certainly was. But let's get into some channel news. I've got some stuff I want to share with you guys. I usually don't share a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff on the live stream. I usually save that for the Discord, as you guys know. But I thought it'd be prudent, or that may not be the right word. I don't know. Now's a good time to do it, basically. So. Drone footage was really good too. How did you guys look? Well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna wait until we actually get to the boat tour topic. Anyway, let's start off this way with channel news, guys. Let's see. Let me bring it up here. Might help if I actually share the images, right? Eric is here. Welcome, Eric. By the way, how has everyone's week been? As you guys probably know, if you looked at Discord or the post I made on the YouTube channel a couple days ago, I had a really good week. It's a very active week as well. All right, so let's see. So here's how we're going to start off. I hate that one. I wish it would just this. I need to set that to default. So here we are, guys. I'm showing you guys this, as you can see, on February 4th. We reached 2,000 subscribers on the channel. So that's just shy of 2 months ago. We're March 28th today. Aaron, I love it. Aaron says, "Oh my God, yes." Well, but wait, there's more. Though, as of today, as of the time I'm recording this right now, March 28th, 2025, barely 2 months later, 2,550 subs right now, as of the time I'm recording this, guys. I'll put the number in the chat for you right there. That's the number as of this very moment. And I think it's going to keep climbing, to be honest with you guys. What's happening? Well, the video with the Matt. Oh, welcome, Matt. Matt and Eric say congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What's happening, guys? The video with the Big U and the Alabama, the drone footage. That's what's causing the spike. So I'm hoping that today's video, the boat tour, which is focused specifically on the Big U, and I got some even, in my opinion, better drone footage in this one. I'm hoping this one will go even better. Steve, 30 more than me. It took me forever to finally catch up with you, Steve. I've been hovering like around that 2,000 area for so long. We finally got one that that's getting some bringing some love to the channel. Mark, I need 21 for 1,000. I'll hope you get it, Mark. Eric, it's a great video. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So, here's to hoping that the video today can at least get me like another 500 subscribers. That would be great. So all that, guys, to say that, and there's more about the channel I'm going to say in a second, but the channel is in a really good place right now, I feel. It's finally growing. We're getting more attention, which, of course, means more content. So I am bound to say that here's some things that I am going to be, that you guys can expect coming down the pipe pretty soon. So the Galveston trip, there's still several more videos that's going to be coming out as far as content from that trip. Let's see what else. I have been working behind the scenes to get two like real historians on the channel to do interviews with. I am in the stages of talking with these folks right now. I'm not ready to reveal who they are yet, but I think you guys are going to really dig it. It's, of course, related to maritime history, which is what we do here. So I don't have anything 100% yet, but it's looking good. So I'm finally to the point where I feel like I can at least share that much with you guys, more in the coming weeks. And then let's go back and look at another image right here. So this was how part of my Wednesday went, guys. You've seen this picture on the channel and on the Discord. So I had the privilege, and it was a privilege, to be able to have lunch Wednesday with all of these amazing folks that you see right here in this photo. You can see my ugly mug right there. And then if we zoom in, we've got Molly from the USS Kidd, Tim, of course, from the USS Kidd, Omar, he is new to the USS Kidd staff. And over here to the left, we've got Ken from History X. I imagine everybody in this chat is probably already subscribed to Ken's channel. Ken has a great following. He's got an amazing channel. I have been following his channel for a long time. You guys know, of course, the Museum Ship Mafia thing that is on Ken's page. And of course, Shane, who has already been on the channel, and I've been on his channel with the Buffalo Naval Park. So I just, I met Omar for the first time and Ken for the first time, and I saw Shane for the first time in person. Everyone, I knew Shane and Tim and Molly prior to the meeting, but that was the first time I meet Shane in person, and that's the first time I ever had any interaction with Ken and Omar, and they are excellent. So, Aaron, no pie, no, nope, nope, no pie. So, with having said that, I'm hoping and discussing content ideas with all of these folks, and I'm gonna pitch some ideas, and if they're interested, hopefully, can do some collaborations with them. But we got to give them all some love to their respective websites and channels. So, of course, excuse me. Kidd's website is usskidd.com. You can find Kidd on YouTube at USS Kidd DD661. Kidd also has a Patreon, patreon.com/USS Kidd 661. And there are 3 different tiers in the packages you can get on Kidd's Patreon. So you can look through those and see which package would best benefit you and your budget. So go have a look. Of course, with Shane, the Buffalo Naval Park on YouTube at Buffalo Naval Park. Their website is buffalonavalpark.org. And with for Ken, of course, on YouTube at HistoryX. And Ken has a website as well, which I did not know until I met him. And his website is historyxchannel.com. So go show all these folks some love. And I can tell you guys, I was really, really grateful that they gave me the opportunity to meet up with them and have lunch with them. It was really special to me. I was so giddy after the fact. Let's see. Eric's got a good one. Did Shane and Ken try some alligator? When I had lunch with them, Eric, we did not have alligator that day. They tried red beans and rice. We had boudin balls. We had crawfish pies. So I know they at least tried all that. Well, except for Shane. Shane did not try the crawfish pies because apparently Shane does not care much for seafood. But we gave him some real Cajun food. I had like some little some goodie bags that I gave each of them. Southern hospitality. That's what we do here. Let's see. Steve, this certainly was not right. A certain restaurant in Galveston that we do not talk about. Alligator tastes like chicken. Eric, how did they like the boudin balls? I think they both enjoyed the boudin balls. I had to explain to them what it is. Because like I said, if it was seafood, I don't think Shane would have been, Shane didn't seem too interested in seafood. So I explained to them what it was, and they both tried. And yeah, as far as I know, they enjoyed everything. Let's see. So that, I believe, is everything I have for channel news. So we are going to transition over to the one news article I have for the evening, and then we will get into our topic for this evening. So let me pull up the article. This article is from the Navy Times, and it is titled USS Nimitz waves goodbye to San Diego for likely final deployment. So without further ado, let's get into this. The Navy's eldest aircraft carrier set sail out of San Diego on Wednesday for what is sure to be its final trip. The Nimitz, which was first commissioned in 1975 and given a service lifespan of 50 years, left Naval Air Station North Island, San Diego, once its home port for 11 years or a regularly scheduled deployment to the Indo-Pacific region, according to a Navy social media post. The Nimitz Carrier Strike Group arrived in California after leaving Naval Base Kitsap in Bremerton, Washington on March 21st. Seeing our sailors man the rails today. Let's enlarge that picture right there. That looks a little nicer. Seeing our sailors man the rails today with reflections from our very first deployment in 1976 reminds us of how far we've come and how strong our legacy remains, the post read. The Nimitz Carrier Strike Group includes the aircraft carrier Nimitz, as well as 9 squadrons of Carrier Air Wing 17 and the 4 Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers of Destroyer Squadron 9. It does not name which Arleigh Burke-class ships are with them. We know it's not the Kidd DDG-100 because that ship is in dry dock right now. 2 Kidds in dry dock right now. The Nimitz most recently completed a 6-month deployment to the Indo-Pacific in June 2023, where it visited Japan and India, took part in the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command's large-scale global exercise, and provided disaster relief to Guam after Typhoon Mawar. During its newest deployment, the strike group will focus on protecting security, freedom, and prosperity for the United States, our allies and partners, and demonstrating the U.S. Navy's unwavering commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific, according to a Navy release. One of the largest Navy ships in the world, the Nimitz was first deployed on July 7th, 1976 to the Mediterranean, according to a Navy website on the Nimitz. 2 years later, the carrier was sent to the Indian Ocean after Iran took 52 hostages following an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. Eventually, the carrier assisted with Operation Evening Light in an attempt to rescue those hostages, though the mission was called off after the U.S. wasn't able to secure enough helicopters to pull off the rescue. All 52 hostages were eventually released and returned to the U.S. The carrier provided support for Operation Desert Storm in the Arabian Gulf in 1991 and Operation Southern Watch in 1993 and 1997. I'm going to skip down to the end because it just kind of goes through a little bit more of her service history. And yeah, I love that right there. Nimitz, in its 50th year of service, continues and celebrates its legacy of strengthening alliances and partnerships, demonstrating the power of teamwork and cooperation in maintaining peace and security, the Navy release said. The Nimitz will eventually return to Naval Station Norfolk, Virginia in 2026 before it is set to be decommissioned. So there we go. That's what we say about the or what it says about the Nimitz. So give me a second, guys. I am going to catch up on the comments. This picture's not looking as good as well. It came out as well I thought it would. Let's go back to this guy. That image looks really nice. Ozzy, yes, Ozzy, that was from the Final Countdown movie. And I think that's probably why Nimitz is my favorite carrier, because of that movie. Yeah, let's see. Going to cost millions to get the reactors out. Nimitz is being retired. Yes, Fair Stars. Nimitz will be set to be decommissioned, like the article said, probably sometime next year. There will be a new Nimitz carrier. I've not heard that. In fact, Steve has the list here. Let's see. Yeah, so we've got a few carriers that are going to be named after presidents. We will have the USS William J. Clinton and the USS George W. Bush and the USS Doris Miller. Mark, hopefully she won't be scrapped. Matt is giving us a similar comment. Hopefully we get another museum ship after Nimitz is retired. I have my doubts about that, guys. I think the Navy is, we're moving beyond where we're going to have any new museum ships. I think the ones that we have are going to be pretty much it. Let's see. Yeah, and so here we go. Age says, this is a good one. We know the drill. They're decommissioned, and the dreadful transition of what to do with it. I think it's going to probably be scrapped. Yeah, exactly. U.S. Navy does not seem to be open to nuke vessels as museums. Eric, same thing, especially since it's nuclear. Precisely. I think we're going to see less and less museum ships going forward. I would hope at some point when the lifespan of the Arleigh Burkes come to an end, I would personally like to see a couple of the Arleigh Burkes survive. I do not know if they are nuclear powered. I don't know if destroyers, if you have to, if destroyers are nuclear powered. I would think a vessel that small doesn't need to be a nuclear powered vessel, but I do not know for certain. Yeah, here we go. Thank you, Steve. The Arleigh Burkes are gas turbine, so the possibility. Yep, Eric says the same thing. I don't believe they are. Yeah, I don't think they are either. So I think the chances of getting an Arleigh Burke preserved would be much higher than a nuclear powered aircraft carrier. Karen asks, is she the oldest carrier? As of right now, yes, the Nimitz is the oldest aircraft carrier, active aircraft carrier we have in our naval fleet. Age classic ships are fading fast, y'all. Brace yourselves. Well, you're not wrong. Eric says just the carriers and subs are nukes. Okay, good to know. I am not familiar with that class, Steve. Also a Ticonderoga. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. May have to get with you about that class, Steve. I'm not familiar with that class at all. That might be a worthy discussion topic. So, oh goodness, we are almost at the halfway mark already. I think we need to get into our topic for this evening. So, having said that, all of that, guys, let's go ahead and discuss the boat tour for the SS United States. As you can see, I obviously went back to Mobile. This is my second time going to Mobile to see the Big U since she's been there. This is on the very end of Charleston Street. You guys saw this before the first time I went there. So went back. I launched the drone from here because it's so close to the ship. It's super easy for me to keep a visual line of sight on my drone from right here, which helps me get some really good footage. I hate having to put my glasses on to follow the drone because when I'm looking down at the screen, I gotta pull them down to see the screen. So I can look with the naked eye, and visual line of sight is perfect. Ozzy, he took a rowboat ride. Oh no, you don't know me well at all. If I had to row, I wouldn't go. So yeah, got some drone footage, and it is in the video, by the way, today's video. Check out this image. Look at that image, guys. She is ready for her close-up. Look at that. So, I was blown away when I was able to to see the bridge up this close, and I got the radar mast in another shot pretty good too. And I know Steve was pointing out, you can see. Let me zoom in. She's got windshield wipers. Yeah, there's Steve. Wipers. Yep, in all caps. Yep, she has windshield wipers, and it looks like either the glass is gone right here, or it's completely down. You can see this one is half down. Eric, they painted. Let's see. They painted your channel logo on the front. Cool. Well, yeah, I slipped them a little cash. I promised them they could. I would feature them in a future video. So hey, it paid off. Age, I can just see people standing now, looking at us here. If only they physically could, right? Ozzy, how come you don't know row, row your boat? I know the song Row Your Boat. I'm just not physically rowing a boat. I will gladly pay somebody to row me to the ship, but I am not rowing myself to the ship. I don't do that. Steve, yeah, that's a cool feature if the windows are retractable. Yes, absolutely. And I don't know how many of you guys watched Mike Brady's most recent video. He just put one out on the Big U. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our friend Mike Brady from Ocean Liner Designs, and he did like one of his illustrations, like he's zooming in on different areas from the ship using his illustration, where he's talking about all different aspects of the ship. It's a really good, interesting video. So you can learn a lot more about the ship if you want to. So let's see. Let's move on. So this was our little pontoon boat, and you can see. So the thing is, with this, there are two different groups offering tours that bring you right to the ship. This is the one that I booked. As you can see, I booked it through this website, actually, blakelypark.com, Historic Blakely State Park. That Eric, party barge, yeah. I don't know. They don't allow alcohol on this one. I think they allow it on the Perdido Queen. But anyway, you meet at the Mobile Convention Center. Both vessels actually leave from the Mobile Convention Center, which is a little upriver from where the Big U is at. They're both the same price, roughly, which is about $40. But now the thing is, you do have some differences between the two. There are pros and cons to each tour. So it's going to depend on which one you want to do. So if you book through Blakely State Park, there are no amenities at all on the boat, with the exception of the bathroom right there. That is the only amenity on the ship, or the boat. They do allow you to bring your own food and drinks. You cannot bring alcohol. Sorry, Steve, no rum. So, speaking of which, what's Steve saying here? You and I will do the paddle boat dinner cruise and toast to the Big U soon. I'm down for it. I'm down for that completely. The other one that you can book, I believe they're a private company, and it's a riverboat, a paddle boat, and it's called the Perdido Queen. Now, they do offer more amenities than what Blakely does. They have, I believe they have like a concession stand or a restaurant on the ship, as Steve just mentioned. They're obviously going to have bathrooms with all of that. The difference being, and this is where you have to decide which is more important to you. Perdido Queen's tour is only an hour. Blakely's tour is 2 hours. So you got to weigh your options. Do you want all the amenities that come with being on the Perdido Queen, or do you want the longer tour with less amenities on the little Blakely pontoon boat here? What I noticed, Perdido left before we did. Our tour got started a little late, but they were already on the way back when we were going to the Big U. And we stayed at the Big U for a good while. The majority of the tour was we we came downriver. In fact, let's just go ahead and get into the pictures. So this is heading downriver, and this is kind of a crappy picture, but you're seeing her bow on. You spend a great deal of time at the Big U. The majority of the time you spend there. There are other things you're going to see on the tour, of course, but I mean, as long as the Big U is there, that's what's bringing in the tourists. So if we're being completely honest, so look at that shot. And the truth is, guys, we were actually a lot closer to the ship than what it looks like we are in what you're going to see in these images, because I'm using my GoPro, which is a very wide angle lens. So again, we were actually a whole lot closer to her than what you're going to see here. It's called the head, not bathroom, Ozzy. So anyway, we did several passes around the ship, and of course, you got to do the selfie. How many times in my life after this am I going to be able to get a shot of myself with the SS United States right behind me? Mark, cameras always make things look smaller. I hate that. Steve says, nice shot. Thank you, Steve. And we did have a tour. We had a couple of different tour guides. We had the captain of the boat was narrating all of the tour that did not include the portions that did not include the Big U. We had a different gentleman who was talking about the ship and her history throughout the whole time we were by the ship. And you guys heard part of that if you watched today's video. There's a nice shot of her amidships. And the way he did it, the first time we passed the ship, we went down river a little bit. He started showing us some of the other things that they normally show on the tours, whether the SS United States is there or not. But also what he did was when we were heading back, he turned around and we got even closer than what we did in this shot. And you're going to see some of that. Because one of the things they were really talking about is the fact that, she still has, United States and New York, which was her home port, as we all know, on the stern. They were mentioning how it is so rare to see that on a modern day vessel, a ship that is home ported in the United States. So, in fact, the vast majority of the cruise ships, you'll see them. They've got Bahamas on the stern or some other port of call. And one thing that I didn't realize was some of these ships, that, like, for example, the one may be registered in the Bahamas, may never even actually go to the Bahamas. That's just where it's registered at. I didn't even know that. So I learned something new right there. There's the mast atop the forward funnel, passenger ships for sure. Here's a beautiful stern shot right here. Yeah, Steve, flag, exactly. Here you go. Flag of convenience, essentially, yes. But we're going to zoom in on this shot. Because actually, that was really important for me personally. I wanted to see the whole name on the stern. And there you got it, United States, New York, right there. And again, we still got closer than this. I mean, I wish I could remember our captain's name, but he was really great. So yeah, money shot, exactly, Aaron. Again, we got even closer than this. I want to do this again, and I want to bring my professional camera with me next time and get some shots from the boat because he lined up the boat the boat we were on to where you could get a shot of the ship with the Mobile skyline, you know, next to her, and that will be that's an image I want to get with my professional camera because wow, what a shot that could be. Money shot or a good cell phone. No, I've got a professional camera, Aaron. I didn't bring it with me. This is actually I want to say this was my phone. I took this image with my phone. Um, that's an interesting thought, Eric. Eric says maybe the angle, but it seems to have a bit of a starboard list. Um, that's an interesting thought because that shot that I showed you guys earlier, like the bridge straight on. When I got that image into the computer, I noticed the bridge was like tilted to starboard. And I just assumed that I might have got a little wind gust or something on the drone, and that's why I took it kind of crooked. It's not the first time that happens, but I didn't think nothing of it. Is anybody else noticing that? Does it look to you guys like she's kind of got a starboard list? I don't really see it that much in this shot. Max says, looks like they took part of her railing off of the stern. I would imagine, Max, that was probably knocked off at some point. Yeah, so all you guys, so yeah, Fair Star says it kind of does. Karen says yes. Ozzy says yes. Aaron, I thought they did that to move the water off of deck. Aaron, I think you're right. Well, they did that in Philadelphia for sure. I don't know if they needed to do that here. I'm not sure. Matt's referring to my drone. It could also be your gimbal needs calibration, maybe. But I mean, several of you guys are saying that she might kind of have a starboard list, and Aaron makes a good point. They did do that in Philadelphia. They gave her a starboard list so water would run off the ship. So I guess she's still like that right here. I never noticed that. So let's see. Let's move on to the next image. Here's another closer shot. We can see her a whole lot better. And I know when I did the on location live stream last Saturday, Milan and I think Steve and some of you guys were asking, was the propeller still on the stern? And I couldn't see from Charleston Street, which is on the other side, on the port side, you can't see the stern from there, but you can clearly see here the propeller is very much still on the stern. The forward funnel starboard hatch is falling off of its hinges. Yes, I did notice that. And if you zoom in, let's see, you can see it right there. But I mean, hey, if there's anything that's going to be restored, it's that, because we know the funnels are coming off. So let's move on. There's another shot of the stern here. I was trying to get as many shots of the stern as possible because I've already got a bunch for the bow. And that reminds me, I'll just fill you guys in now. When this is all over and when she leaves Mobile, I have full intentions of making a compilation of all of my unedited footage from the boat tours, the drone, the camera shots, everything. I'm going to compile that into one big video, unedited, and it's going to be for the members only. So for members, that is another piece of content. down the road you can look forward to, but let's hope that takes as long as possible. Uh, the longer it takes, the longer we still have the ship above water, you know. Another shot of the bow. And this was passing back. I think we're going back upriver at this point. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is. I think this is the point where we might be leaving at this point. Oh no! Look at that. Now this is with my wide angle lens that again that I'm using on the GoPro. Look how close we got to her, guys. So I'm getting a lot of comments from on YouTube about, you know, oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna try and go see her. I'm gonna try and go see her. Guys, you already know my position on this. She's not going to be saved in the sense that she's going to become a museum ship or anything like that. I personally accepted that. Doesn't mean I have to like it, but I've accepted it. So if you have the chance to see her, this is it, guys. This is your last chance to go see her. So I would strongly encourage anyone who wants to see her, go do it while you still can. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, here's another good shot. Look how close we are to her. You can see the water right there. And I'm not zoomed in at all. This is actually, I took this with my phone. I didn't take this one with the GoPro. But look how close. Look where the water is. Fair Star, begged my parents for a trip to Alabama. Okay, that's on you. I can't help you with that. Yeah, here we are, another shot of my ugly mug in front of the ship. Mark says if she was still in Philly, I'd see her in May. Mark, did you ever get to see the ship in person? I'm just curious. Aaron, these are such fun photos. Aaron, I know you live in Georgia. If Steve and I are able to ever put together a meetup and we can go, we'll have to give you an advance notice and see if you can meet up with us. We can go spend the day at the Alabama for a while. We can see BB-60. You can go on the drum. We could maybe do the boat tour where we come right here and see the big U. You know, be a hell of a day, right? Steve, Muddy River. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. That's the Mississippi looks exactly like this. For those of you who may not know. Yep, there's another shot of my ugly mug. Aaron, Steve is lazy. I will set it up. Another shot of the stern, Fair Star and New Orleans. Yeah. Steve, I'd love that. Mark is always welcome. Well, of course. Absolutely. Maybe someday we can all do a big meet and greet. You know, how cool would that be? But I would implore everyone, if you want to do that, we got to do it before she leaves. You know, because believe me, being able to see the big U and BB-60 just a mile away from each other, this is a historic thing, guys, that's not going to be around for very long. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Here's another good shot of her from the stern. And that might be the last one. Nope. Oh, there's an even better shot from the stern. Now, see, in this image, I think for the first time, I'm actually seeing the list of starboard, because let's zoom in. So to me, you see, you've got this, I mean, it's not exactly a docking bridge, but I imagine that's what they used it for. the starboard end looks lower to me than what the port side does. So for this, so actually in this image for the first time, I'm actually seeing the starboard list. Steve, boat charter when they tow her out. Yes. As long as we have enough advance notice and, they're not charging, $2,000 for that. Because actually, Steve, if you recall, when she was coming into Mobile Bay, you can go all the way down to Dolphin Island, which is the very last island down there. And there's a lighthouse right by there, and you can see her passing through Mobile Bay. And you can almost watch her go all the way up and down the coast. So you may not even need to pay for a boat tour to do that. See, she has a docking bridge. Yeah, I said it might not be one because it's not the traditional docking bridge, like the Olympians had. I think of the elevated platform and it's extending out, whereas this is just part of that deck, and you've got the two extensions. So let's see. I think this is when we were finally moving away from her for the last time. But you can see, got the full name, United States, New York. And I'll tell you what, one of the coolest things, it's an image that is going to be ingrained into my brain for hopefully ever. When you're on I-10 and you're getting into Mobile, and you come around this corner on the freeway and her funnels just come into view, and you're just like, wow. I'm pretty sure that's my phone, Aaron. And let me look at my phone pics. Let me see. Yeah, that's on my phone. Yeah, that is definitely a phone pic. So let's zoom out. Yeah. So check this out. Let's see. Let's go full screen here for a minute. If I can get the ring light out the way. Yeah, that's on my phone. So anyway, let's see. No, one more close-up shot. And let's see. This is what I was talking about right here. So I want to bring my 400 millimeter zoom lens, my professional camera out there, and I want to get this with that camera, the Mobile skyline. You crop it in like this. There's the ship. There's the Mobile skyline. And yeah, that would be an amazing shot. Ozzy, the water is green. Is it whiskey? Nope. It is not whiskey. It would have been drunk dry if it was. Mark looks iPhone. Yes, Mark, I do have an iPhone. So yeah, that would be like the money shot right there. But I would want to do this early in the morning because from the boat, obviously, this is late in the afternoon. The sun is hitting port side. I would want to do this or get this shot early in the morning when the sun is still hitting the starboard side and the ship is nice and illuminated. So let's see. Yes. That was the last shot of the Big U. I just threw this image in here to give you guys an idea of what else you can see in the tour. And I believe I did that in the video as well. So what you're looking at here, this is downriver from the Big U. And these are some giant cargo container loading cranes. Look here on the shore. You can see just rows and rows and rows of containers. Oh my God. I never noticed that. I would never be the person to climb these stairs. I am deathly afraid of heights. You would never get me to climb those stairs. But anyway, the barges or whatever pull up right here, and they load up those containers onto the ship. Eric. Oh, Eric. Yes. Yes, Eric. If I get over there, I'm definitely bringing my 150 to 600. You definitely need to do that, Aaron. I forget you are a photographer as well. I don't have a 600 millimeter, but I have a 400. And my 400 would be more than adequate to get the shot that I was just talking about. So you obviously would be capable of getting that shot as well. Aaron, dang, huge gantries. Yeah, right. Mark, I'm afraid of heights too. Aaron, I have a 400 too. Excellent, excellent. So, so the way we did it, again, this is downriver on the same side of the river as the Big U is, and we talked about this. There was actually right before this, there was a ship in a floating dry dock, and we talked about that for a bit. When we turn around, we go back upriver, and he's pointing out certain things, telling us the stories about certain things along the river. I think there was even some sort of facility that was making vessels in World War II, but don't hold me to that. I could be wrong. We actually passed up the Mobile Convention Center, which is where our Blakely boat and the Perdido Queen both leave from, and went another mile or so upriver and was looking at things there. And at that point, Perdido Queen was already offloaded. So again, going back to the pros and cons of each tour, you got to look at which one you want. You can get an hour tour with the Perdido Queen and more amenities, or you can get a 2-hour tour and just a bathroom and your snacks that you have to bring on board. It's up to you. I'm gonna probably was the PT boats built there? I am not sure, Ozzy. I know the Higgins boats were for World War II. A lot of the Higgins boats were built in New Orleans. That's the only thing I'm somewhat familiar with. So really, neither Perdido or Blakely. I really don't think one's better than the other. You just have to decide which one that you want to do. So anyway, that is my story of the boat tour. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and go watch the video if you haven't. Watch it again, share it. Sharing is caring. Sharing gets the word out about the video. It gets the word out about the channel. It brings more people to the channel. Of course, you guys know, more people to the channel, more content that I can put out there for you guys. Oh, Ozzy really wants to go row a boat to the SS United States. Ozzy, I wish you all the best with that. That's all you, my friend. So, guys, we've got about 5 minutes left. So I am going to transition, and let's see. More bragging rights for subs. Exactly. So anyway, guys, if you, I don't know if you have noticed or not, but next week's live stream has already been scheduled on the channel. There we go. Titanic month begins with next Friday's live stream. I hope you guys are ready. What are we going to be talking about next week? Obviously Titanic, but what we're going to do, we are going to load up Honor and Glory. We are going to walk Titanic's decks because we have not done that in a very long time. And I will be recapping, much like I did tonight with the boat tour. I will be recapping my experience going to the Titanic exhibition in New Orleans tomorrow that I am attending. And that reminds me, Aaron, if you would please, could you go to the self-promotion channel on the Discord and post the link to your video where you went to the Titanic exhibition? I really want to watch that again, so I can kind of see what to expect, and I want to see what your experience was too, and so I can compare it to mine. Do a little compare and contrast. Aaron says you are going to love it. I am certain I will, and I'm totally down for some VR. So that'll be next week's stream. What the hell? There will obviously be more Titanic content coming up next month. I mentioned some historians at the beginning that I am talking with, in talks with, to hopefully appear on the channel. One of those is involving Titanic. So if I can make it happen, I think you guys are really going to dig it. So yes, Aaron says, yes, please do, Aaron. I really, I'm going to watch that this evening. If you can post that for me, I would really appreciate it. So, guys, I think that is going to be everything for this week. Content schedule is, as always, our video of the week comes out every Friday morning, 7 o'clock Central Time, U.S. Central Time. Ozzy, yes, they do have a potato room. we will look at the potato room just for you, Ozzy. Live stream, our weekly 1 hour live stream, Friday nights, 7 o'clock p.m. U.S. Central Time. And the weekly video shorts, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. U.S. Central Time. And there we have it. So I got one final question for you guys. Are you ready to go back to Titanic? I sure as hell am. Let's see. Bart, awesome stream. Mac, great stream as always. Thank you, Mac. Eric, thanks for a great stream. No, thank you guys, because you guys make this stream possible. You really don't know how you guys keep this stream going, because if I don't have people to interact with, I'm talking to myself, and nobody's going to want to watch that. That's just boring, and it's not fun for me either. So you guys really are what makes these streams happen. So thank you guys so much for always coming on and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Steve still smells like fresh paint. Yep. She was called the Ship of Dreams, and she was. She really was. Thanks again for watching, everyone. And until the next time, you guys know the drill. Drive safely.